Anyway, let's see. Greetings, Puppet Yuri. Oh God. This is a weird mod. A weird AU. How do you feel about not knowing about the true meaning of your reality, and the fact that you're actually a flesh-devouring monster that's secretly holding Monica back from participating in the game at large? You don't understand, just have Monica watch the below videos. Also, ask Natsuki how she's doing with sugar for me. Thanks. What the fuck even is this question?
What?
Puppet? I'm not sure I understand what you're asking at all. A flesh-devouring monster? What do you mean? How am I holding Monica back from anything? And these videos, what are... Advanced questions.
Nice one, Monica. Sup, girl? What? Oh my God! What cup size you rockin'?
Oh.
Mick douche person. Well, what a name. Is it slightly zoomed in? I can't tell if it is or not. Hold up, let me see. Let me check for you. It actually kind of does look slightly zoomed in. Hold on, let me fix that. That is weird. There you go. Thank you, Boy Trooper, for telling me about that. Should be fixed now.
Oh, it was. I didn't notice it.
Yeah, so I was like, is it zoomed in? And actually look. Yuri.
Double D.
Oh, well.
She actually answered it.
I mean, she had to, but we knew the answer anyway. Why are all of Yuri's? Why is Yuri getting all the worst questions now?
Because she's Yuri.
Can Gucci, ma'am? No, thank you.
A more serious question. How do you feel about YouTube Rewind 2018?
Isn't it too early to ask? Don't you mean 2017? They're made at the end of the year, aren't they? It won't be out for at least a month.
Several questions. Where can I get a copy of The Portrait of Markov? Assuming it is a real book that I can get in America.
You may have trouble finding Markov in America. You might have to order it online. It's normally a Russian, but I'm sure you could locate an English translation.
It's a Russian book? I guess it is called Markov.
Wait, is it an actual book?
No, probably not.
Okay. I was about to say, what the fuck, does this book exist?
I doubt it. Maybe it is. Who knows?
It may be costly to get, but I assure you, it's worth every cent.
When's your birthday?
My birthday is April 21st, the same as Britain's Tea Day. That seems quite the funny coincidence. There's also an International Tea Day, December 15th. Might it have been more fitting for me to be born then?
When did you join the literature club?
I joined the club shortly after I returned to school this year. Monica founded it right after summer break. It's hard to believe it's only been a couple months. It feels as though it could have been much longer.
How long have you known Natsuki, Monica, and Sayori?
I met the others for the first time in the club. Thus, 2 months is all I've known them for as well. That also feels too short somehow.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
No, and instruments of torture don't count either.
Oh. Well then.
Oh.
Do you watch, or have you watched SpongeBob?
I think I just told you. I don't watch it anymore, but I used to.
Oh yeah, that was the rest of the reference.
Wait, what?
What is your favorite book other than The Portrait of Markov?
I shared about my favorite book already. But there's no need to apologize. You were only curious, and I was happy to answer.
Are you a fan of books like George Orwell's 1984? He made a book called 1984?
Oh yeah, I heard about that book.
What's it about? 1984?
I don't know, but I heard about it.
It's a diary about what he did in the year 1984. Oh shoot.
I lost my arm.
Oh shoot, that's an actual thing. Wait, is Portrait of Markov an actual thing?
Is that an actual book?
This person's saying that's an actual thing. I don't know if they're talking about Portrait of Markov or you're being Russian.
Yuri's Russian.
Yuri's
That's real.
Russian, only in the UK.
I'm sorry, books like that are based a bit too much in reality for my liking. But I do appreciate its status as a classic novel. Even I've heard of Big Brother and such. I'm just looking for something more whimsical in my reading.
1984 was published in 1948, right? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It was all it was all a switcheroo. There's a genre of video games called interactive fiction, or IF, when there's little to no graphics or animation, and there's lots of reading. To an extent, visual novels can be included in the genre, but they're largely considered separate. Choices are made by either typing in commands manually or picking from a list. With all that exposition out of the way, do you think IF would be your cup of tea? See what I did there?
Yes, I see what you did there. You mean like text adventures, right? I'd say those are more in line with my interests, but they don't feel anything like books. I prefer to just turn the page and continue, not figure out how I'm meant to do so. Especially with the failures of logic those games are known for.
Oh god, don't be so mean to logic, Yuri. Hey Yuri, I want to hear your thoughts on this poem I like. We squander health in search of wealth. We scheme and toil and save. Then squander wealth in search of health. And all we get is a grave. We live and boast of what we own. We did and only get a stone.
Ooh, it's quaint. It sounds like something Natsuki would write.
Is that an insult or a compliment? Coming from Yuri, we wouldn't know.
Ugh, looks like a Natsuki poem.
This is like coming from Yuri.
See, okay, not to say that's a bad thing exactly. Just that it's quite clear in its message, though it is a good one.
Is there a difference between knives and daggers? And do you have some daggers in your collection? Also, how do you feel about swords? Wouldn't knives and daggers be different because they have different names? See, there is a distinction. That's why one's called knives and the other's called daggers.
Yes, there is a distinction. Knives have a single edge design for cutting, whereas daggers are always pointed and double-edged. Much like how katanas have only one edge, while swords often have two.
I actually didn't know that. I'm learning something new every day.
That said, I don't have any different daggers in my collection. They're not out of place, but only buy exceptional ones. Swords are definitely interesting, but harder to store and display. Their size makes them impractical.
Is trash and garbage different, Zero? You got me there. Also, I guess this isn't a very story-based mod, so I guess chat's allowed to be on screen now. Here you go, chat. You're allowed to be on screen. Congratulations. Also, so I don't have to keep reading out you guys' names so that I don't look crazy in the YouTube recording. Why are you so shy? That is a good question. No, now she's shy to answer the question.
It's not as though I choose to be. I just get nervous around others, and I worry I'll offend them. I'm sorry.
Aw, well that seems like the obvious answer, but that's still sad. Hello, did I miss any good questions? You missed Yuri's opinion on books and why she's shy. She just said that she doesn't choose to be, so not really much. Is there a kind of tea that you absolutely refuse to drink?
I've not encountered any tea I'd outright refuse. But I do prefer less bitter types. It's why I like the diversity in green and oolong. They can be quite sweet with the right preparation.
Hey Yuri, have you heard of the restaurant in space? It has great food, but no atmosphere.
That isn't true of the restaurant at the end of the universe.
Oh. Oh god, these are a lot of questions. Okay, so I've been waiting for this for a really long time. A crack ton of questions for you since I'm obviously in love with your beauty. And oh, he crossed that one out. Do you have a taste in relaxation tea?
My massive...
Yeah.
I think I could use some relaxation tea.
How does it feel to be assumed as a genius when in truth you're not really?
Do others really think that? I know it isn't true. I am a little proud of my intelligence, but I hope I don't come across as a know-it-all.
Do you have a sister?
I have no siblings. I am an only child. Perhaps I'd be more socially graceful if I wasn't. Spending my youth alone may have been a hindrance to me.
Aside from knives, do you also have a taste in daggers? That was a question we've already asked.
As before, I keep very few daggers.
Do you prefer going out with someone specific, or would you rather stay somewhere secluded?
If I met someone specific I liked, I may want to go out, but I'm fine with seclusion as well. A quiet evening to myself has a certain charm to it. But going out with someone, I'd surely bore them to death.
Any good novels you suggest?
I recommended several book series earlier. If you want more, you'll have to pick a specific type.
Horror, suspense, or thriller?
Of those three genres, I take horror first and suspense second. Though honestly, thriller can incorporate elements of both. I just feel as though that genre implies some things about itself. So I look for subtlety in my reading. Cheaper experiences have less appeal.
How are you so good at writing poems?
I've practiced writing a lot, and I try to develop my own style. I hope it shows. It took me a long time to get there. You can only learn so much from theory. You have to try it out yourself to improve. And of course, proofread and revise. You can't learn from your mistakes if you're repeating them.
Exactly. Remember, kids, learn from your reader about writing your poems. I guess. Then there's your tip of the day. Why do you look so darn adorable when you do your shy pose?
I don't know what you mean by pose.
She did it!
I do have some nervous habits, though.
And you make tea taste so darn good. Okay, calm down, guy. This guy's overreacted a bit. Why are you so darn good at tea? And you're so darn good at poems. And god damn it, Yuri, you're amazing at breathing.
Oh my god. You existing? You're amazing at that.
I'm just very careful with the steeping process. You mustn't rush it, nor let it sit too long. Timing is of the utmost importance for tea. The aeration and heat affect everything about the flavor.
What's it like to be taller than the rest of the girls? She's only taller by like 2 feet. Actually, not 2 feet, but 2 inches. 2 feet would be ridiculous. 2 inches.
Yeah.
she's almost taller than Natsuki by 2 feet. Brumputs. Not really though.
It's nothing special. I'm still short by many standards.
Yeah, you are.
Though it's a bit surprising that I'm taller than Tiff.
Do you have any hobbies or future goals that could probably be similar to mine?
I'd like to say we share some interests, but I've no clue what yours might be.
Exactly, I was just about to say that. How would she know what yours are?
She's not magic.
You're finding out plenty of mine, so perhaps this AMA is helping? I guess. Let me know if anything overlaps.
What's it feel to be called the Purple Mysterious Lady? I don't call her that. I call her the Grape. I call her the Shy Grape that likes atmosphere.
Are you the first person to call her that?
I don't know. I just say grape because it's purple.
I feel this title's an accurate description. But I don't consider myself of lady status. It's also kind of awkward. It doesn't flow that well at all.
Well, Yuri's mean. If you meet Johan, your male counterpart and true lover in the future, someday, what would you say to him? I didn't even know he existed.
I'm not sure what you mean about a true lover. I don't put much stock in predestined romance.